What's up, everybody? I am all loaded up, ready to head to Kansas. I'm gonna go on a turkey hunt. I'm meeting my friend Aaron with Flatland Whitetails. He lives up there. I'm gonna meet him up there. We're gonna turkey hunt for like 3.5 days, I think, 4 nights. 3.5 days. There's a lot of turkeys up there in Kansas. It's gonna be on public land. It ought to be a good time. As you see, I got the canoe loaded up. I'm planning on using that a lot on this river, trolling up and down the river, roosting birds, trying to find turkeys roosting near the river. I know that's where they like to roost up there. So this is my first out-of-state turkey trip, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see. I've got about a 7-hour drive up there, and I'm gonna get camp set up and then try to roost some birds this evening. So y'all stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Well, we made it to Kansas. There's camp there in the background. Aaron will be here later today, probably closer to dark. He just got off work. I got camp set up. I've never been here before. I'm just gonna spend a couple hours driving around and getting my bearings. Just try to spot some turkeys in some fields. If I see turkeys, mark them on the Onyx maps, and then maybe go back this evening and see if I can find where they're roosting. But I really want to get my bearings as to how to get around this place. I have my canoe to get around in the river, but I want to know how to get around the roads as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to drive around, try to spot some turkeys. It just rained here yesterday. Quite a bit. Everything's pretty soggy. It's kind of a blessing and a curse. It's going to wash away a bunch of sign. But the good thing is all the sign that I see is going to be fresh. All that old sign washed away. I'm going to have all new sign, all fresh sign. So if I come across a place this afternoon, it's got a bunch of turkey tracks. Those tracks were made today. So that's a good thing. I just walked down here to this field. Just got up on a knoll and glassed it. It's a big field, and it's right close to camp, so I'm hoping that maybe we can get some birds close to camp, make it real easy. But now I'm gonna get back to the truck, do a little driving around, look for hunters. That's another thing. I need to see if there's a lot of hunters here. I had one truck already drive up on me in camp. It looked like they had a bunch of ice chests and camping gear, so they were going to be here this week too. So I need to find them, see where they're staying, see where they're hunting, try to stay away from them. Maybe try to find some birds that haven't been pressured yet. The season opened here April 17th, and today's the 24th. So they had an opening weekend, but that's all they've had so far. It's Wednesday, so I'm hoping that the heavy pressure won't be here till Saturday, and then I'm probably going to leave Saturday night. So we've got 3 full days to get it done in this little half day. So it's a long shot, but we'll see what we can do. So I'm out here realizing that most of what the map shows as bridges are not bridges. So I'm gonna sit out here, see if I can hear anything up and down this creek. So let's see here. Some pretty scenery though. Haven't heard or seen a turkey yet, which haven't been here long, so let's keep going. Well, I just caught some turkey tracks coming down this tree line. working, there's like 3 fields with tree lines in between them, so I'm trying to work to this back field that bumps up to the river, and there's a big block of timber that sits up about 10 foot higher than everything else, and I'm thinking the birds are going to roost up there. I've cut some tracks. Looks like a lone bird, probably a gobbler, working this tree line, so I'm going to keep working this tree line back, following these tracks, see if he's in this back field. So let's see what we can find. Looks like we have some drag marks there, maybe some scratching. I haven't heard any gobbles yet. I've just been finding tracks sporadically, little scratchings or drag marks sporadically. Located one tree that had some poop and feathers under it, but nothing that seemed like a super heavily used roost. There's a big block of timber right here that's full of owls, just probably 6 or 7 owls hooting, and hadn't got a shot gobble yet, so who knows. They may still be quiet or henned up, or there might just not be many birds in this particular area of the river. There's some scratching there. So I'm gonna pop to a different area of this river here. Hopefully I can see some birds driving around in these fields at last light. I'm gonna keep trucking. Heard one gobble over there a second ago. Just once. Well, that's gonna be it for the first day. We got dinner cooked and getting to bed. We got one bird roosted for in the morning. I'm not quite sure exactly where. We just know he's on the edge of this field, so we're gonna see how it goes in the morning. Okay, so we worked down this tree line where we heard that bird gobble last night. There's Aaron in here. He got in last night, and I hooted twice this morning, and I've heard him gobble twice, maybe 3 times. He's further away than I thought. I still think there might be a bird closer, but he hasn't talked yet. Let's see if we can get him to gobble again. Nothing that time. Well, we had maybe 4 different birds gobbling, and the woods have went quiet. I think they have hens with them, so we're just gonna stick it out in this spot for a while. Birds are on both sides of the river, so we're gonna stay here for a while and see what we can hear. Well, we just walked back to camp. We're pretty sure those birds flew across to the other side of the river. They may have done it right off the roost, because once we heard them fly, they didn't talk, and we could see the field that they would have flew down into. So we're 90% sure they flew to the other side of the river. We're gonna go hop in the canoe, go try to find some birds. There's tons of good country. We got 2 rivers here that split and go in 2 different ways. So we're gonna hit the canoe and try to find some birds. We had a little trouble getting up this creek bank here. It's extremely steep. As you can see, Aaron stepped in quite the hole. We're gonna get up here, see if we can hear anything. Well, it has been a very slow morning. We heard 5 or 6 birds gobbling off the roost. As soon as they hit the ground, silence. So we found this green clover field. There's actually 2 green clover fields that are smaller fields that have some pretty decent, looks like turkeys should be here. So It's about 10 o'clock. We're just gonna sit it out for a little while and see if we can catch some birds filtering through. But it's been slow. The birds just aren't talking much. We've seen one bird spooked it out of a cornfield. I think it was a hen out there by herself. So, but that's been it so far. Been slow. This is only day 2. It's Thursday. We've got quite a bit of time left, but we need to start figuring out what these birds are doing. Aaron found a 4-leaf clover, so I think our luck's gonna change. This bird is hammering over here. There's a ditch and there's another field. I think he's in the other field. He's not moving. So that bird is hung up over there. Aaron's trying to crawl down into this ditch and pop up on the other side in the field that he's in. He just gobbled again. Aaron's gonna be able to see him at any time now. I think we may have got busted. Definitely got busted. Dang. That was close. That bird wasn't gonna come over here. Back on towards the private?
Yeah.
He didn't bug her? He just...
He's walking real slow. Yeah, he got on top of the hill and came back this way.
That last time he gobbled, it sounded like he was close.
He was...
On that other tree line?
On that side of that field. I can hear him walking through that tall grass. And he was just walking straight up the field. I was about to belly crawl across that field. There's too much poison ivy between me and it though.
Yeah. That was close. Well, that was it for our morning hunt. We ended up staying there till about 1 o'clock and walking back. That bird hammered on us for about an hour, but he was hung up in that other field. We tried to stalk on him, and I guess he just wasn't having it. We saw him just kind of walk off. He wasn't spooked, but he definitely wasn't coming into our setup. So we have a feeling that bird's gonna be around. There's 2 little clover food plots that the state plants there. I have a feeling that bird's gonna be there. So we're gonna head back there this afternoon, but as for right now, trying at our hand at a little bit of fishing. There's Aaron there. We're trying to catch some white bass. The white bass are running right now on this river. We got some coulees here that the fish are in, so yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We'll be back at Turkey this afternoon. Well, we made it out for the evening hunt. It is 5:45. We came back to these clover patches. We spooked a turkey walking in. I'm pretty sure it was a hen. So all the turkey I've seen here have been in these two little clover patches. So we're just gonna sit it out here for a couple hours. The wind is blowing really hard. It's in the 20s. So we're gonna stick it out tight, try to catch some birds just wandering through. I have a feeling they're not gonna be gobbling in this wind. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna stick it out. He's still on the edge over there. You can't see him. He's down. He's kind of in the brush on the edge. Same bird. We got the same bird we did this morning. He's doing the same thing to us again. I want to kill this bird. It's being tough.
If he's roosting over there, he'll be right there in the back. If he's roosting over there, he'll be right there in the back.
He might be roosting right there. That'd be kind of a strange spot.
Well, there's a dish out that's here.
Yeah. Back off in the woods over there. There's a pretty big ditch. I've never had a bird that just stood still and gobbled like that so much.
You ain't moving much.
I don't know what we could do. I mean, we could dump off in this ditch, and we're going to take this ditch here up to that corner.
Think we can get him to come back? Think we can get him to come back this way a little bit tonight?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just wondering why he's not out strutting in the open. My only thought is if he has a hen, she's keeping him in the woods. Well, this bird that we've been on since noon today came out to that clover patch again. Did some strutting, did some gobbling. and then went off back into the woods. We thought that bird was making it down to the river to roost. Turns out he's just roosting on this little ditch. We have him pinpointed to that area. We don't know the exact tree, but we know he's off in that ditch. It's about an acre of an area where he could be roosted. Trying to see if those coyotes get him going. He's probably still strutting under the tree. He probably hasn't flew up yet, but I know that's where he's gonna be. So we're gonna head back to camp, cook some supper. We will be back here in the morning.